Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome back to NES Super Mario World, where last time we finished off World 1 and today we're beginning what is supposed to be Donut Plains, I suppose. But one thing I noticed that's actually rather interesting is that the overworld music changes when you go from Yoshi's Island to where Mario is standing right now. Let's have a listen. And, you know, honestly, that's that little bit of extra effort that I just would not have expected from the Chinese pirate version of Super Mario World. I think we all would have just accepted if, you know, the entire overworld map had used the same theme, but I'm actually very surprised and, you know, impressed about some of the things we have seen in this pirate game so far, and then others are just, you know, about as bad as you'd probably expect. But without further ado, let's do whatever this level is supposed to be. Because it's supposed to be like, you know, Donut Plains 1, and it's finally where you get the cape. I don't know if there's even any cape in this hack. That's me jumping right into the first enemy because, you know, I was not prepared for it in the slightest. But yes, it does look like a somewhat faithful recreation of Donut Plains 1. And I don't know why he was so hard to deal with. It feels like the screen is more zoomed in than it is normally in Super Mario World. Or at the very least, the fact that, the part that is normally the status bar is not part of the screen, but rather appears below the screen, just makes the screen feel smaller than it normally is supposed to. I think it's just a matter of I have to get used to these controls again, and I went right through that the first time, but yes, it is indeed look like there is a cape, and can we cheat through the whole level with it? You can indeed actually fly over the entire level with the cape, and you can even kill Chucks with that, and I can get a mushroom for the reserve box, get those dragon coins. Okay, yeah, so wow. It's amazing how after not playing for just one day, the controls feel kind of foreign again, because they're just not like any other Mario game controls that you play. Also, again, when getting hit, your item does not automatically come out of the item box, but we can press select and get that. So see, normally I think in a Mario game, that would probably count as a hit on the enemy and not on me, considering where I was positioned. And yeah, this is not going so well. I wanted that cape, instead I got that guy to the face. No idea where he even came from. He kind of just appeared from off screen. And we are at 2 lives. I mean, dangerously down there. What I realized I probably could do if I really wanted to is go back to Yoshi's Island 2, or, you know, whatever you want to call it in this game, the second level of World 1, and probably grind for lives if I really desired it. But we'll see. I'm not going to, you know, immediately jump to that. Can I destroy baseballs with the cape? Maybe I did there, although regardless, at least you can destroy enemies with the cape. Fortunately, he doesn't give me a cape if I, you know, destroy him with it. But yes, I really appreciate that they made the cape pretty much as powerful as it was in the Super Nintendo version, except obviously it didn't work against Koopa Troopas. Koopa Troopas are just all around very weird in this game, and one of these clearly has something in it. A star, huh? But I'm so curious about this pipe, and I don't know why I just got stuck there. I really want to know if you can go in the pipe. But I'm probably going to end up dying over it, aren't I? Can I go in? No, you can't. So, like, I guess they're just for decoration? Normally you can even go in, like, some of these ones. The star does not appear to defeat enemies in this game. I noticed when I was editing the last part that even though I had a star, I was still bouncing on top of Goombas and such. I don't know why. You know, that's just one of those things. You can actually enter a pipe, everybody! It's the bonus game! It's the try your luck bonus game. You think it actually works in the pirate version of this game? I would not be surprised if it didn't. Circle. Circle. Is this actually going to be a 1-up? Yes. And is it actually possible to lose this bonus game? That's the next question. It is. They actually programmed this. Maybe it's not random. Maybe like every single time it's the same order or something like that. But still, I don't know why that just fell through the floor. But hey, this is also a great way to get some 1-ups, I suppose. Just when I was starting to run out. Can't complain too much about this, and I don't want to do that terrible thing. Well, that 1-up moves at like 1,000,000 miles per hour, where you accidentally jump through the floor, and I panicked and tried to get out of the way because I thought they were going to run into me, but instead I ended up jumping into them. I think we got a checkpoint though, and that probably means I can do the bonus game again, which, you know, I'm not going to complain too much about. Let's just farm for lives all day, every day. But yeah, it just feels like I don't have nearly as much time to prepare for enemies as I would if I was playing the Super Nintendo version. It's very strange. And what did I do last time? Last time I did like this, this. So maybe it is the same order every time. And then I think this, for this one I hit the middle one first. So this time I'll hit that one first. That didn't seem to work. That's not the order. I wasn't paying enough attention to remember what the order I did for each of these things was. I think I did this one, as I remember, and then it went like at 1,000,000 miles per hour. And there you go. And can I go back? Can I enter this pipe again? And you can keep farming for lives, people. Actually, no, maybe... Is it random or is it just not letting me do it again? It seems like it's probably not letting me do it again, but you know, these are the kinds of things that you want to learn about when you're playing a janky game like this. I'm actually, once again, slightly impressed that they accounted for the possibility of you going in there and trying to get more lives. Can I go into this pipe? No, we cannot. But it is confirmed that there are pipes in this game that you can enter. I was starting to worry that maybe there weren't. Because I think there was definitely a couple in the first world that, you know, in the original game you would be able to enter. Is this still Yoshi? Can we hit things from the side? I meant to hit it with the cape. I still ended up kind of accidentally hitting it with my head. But still, I'm a little bit impressed, actually, by, you know, some of the things that are in here. And you can tell that this one probably has the vine in it still. And that just causes the whole world to glitch out. And I'm definitely going to get hit by this baseball now. Wow, I didn't get hit by the baseball. If I leave Yoshi and climb this vine, will he be gone when I get back? Normally he would still be there in, of course, the original game, but, you know, I can't trust anything in the pirate version here, and he's still there. There's definitely some interesting technical stuff going on here, and that's a nice extra life. Thank you very much. You can tell which ones have something in it, but I guess you still want to check, I suppose. But yeah, this is 1995, so 5 years after the original Mario World came out, and, you know, long after the NES was pretty much obsolete. So I guess in that time, they learned how to do some things that probably wouldn't have appeared in your ordinary, you know, NES games at the time. And did he actually disappear? No, he just kind of got stuck off screen till because of the way that you move. Just trying to get back on Yoshi there is really awkward. And then those guys came back, and then he goes through the pipe. Yoshi just really wanted to get away, and, you know, I can't honestly blame him. And of course, this is normally where there would be a secret exit, although it unfortunately appears like there's no secret exits in this game. Which, personally, is one of my favorite parts of Super Mario World. It's just that kind of, you know, exploration aspect to it, but I think we'll make do. And like that, we have now moved on to Yoshi's second house. I believe this is his summer home, the one that he pays with all that tax evasion that's always going on. Let's see what's going on here. And it literally just is Yoshi's second house, but I guess what this means is I'm probably going to get Yoshi when I leave it. I'm also trying to fly, like, I mean... I'm not expecting there to be, like, anything in the chimney, but yeah, so that just, I guess, gives you an opportunity to get Yoshi without having to go all the way back to the beginning of the game every time. That's rather interesting. It is pretty funny, though, that, you know, the levels are obviously copying levels from the main game. This is obviously trying to be Yoshi's Island 1, but they really didn't put much effort into making this donut-shaped, as Donut Plains is in the original. I don't know what to say, but I'm actually really curious what's going to be across that bridge after we beat this level, so let's go. Which level will this be? Is this going to be Donut Plains 2, the underground auto-scrolling level? No, it looks more like Donut Plains 3. I mean, once again, get the Forest of Illusion music, and this is a pretty accurate-ish recreation of it. Wow, we even get line-guided platforms? This is cool. The only difference between these platforms here is that there is no kind of ball part, chain part to the moving platform. Can I slowly descend by holding jump while on Yoshi? I don't even think I pressed the direction there. Wow! Okay, so if I jump, I am not pressing the D-pad at all. Mario moves forward. That probably accounts for a lot of the reason why controlling this game feels so jank. He moves without touching the D-pad. And no, you do not slowly descend when you are on Yoshi. So, we need to account for that, because I realize sometimes when I'm playing this, I'm going by the logic I would use when playing normal Super Mario World. Like, I don't collect every single coin, because if I'm playing Mario World, lives are usually not an issue at all. Or I don't hit every single block, because if I'm playing Mario World, I know what's in every single block. But we need to, you know, not have those assumptions when we're playing this, and it's funny that, you know, it didn't really change the way that the line-guided platforms look. You kind of just have to hit the block and, you know, trust that it's going to do the right thing. Okay, and okay, I didn't mean to get hit. Oh, wow, that was probably the luckiest thing ever. I was about to say, does slowly descending with the cape even work without Yoshi? Honestly, it's not something I can say I was paying too much attention to. And I kind of hit that block and then was shoved to the bottom of the platform. I should have expected something like that, if I'm being completely honest, but that will now give us a chance to see just how this crazy cape works. So if I press select here, I'll get the cape, and do you slowly descend when you're not on Yoshi? That's not really a slow descend. Okay, so there is no slow descent with the cape in this game. You kind of get the cape power and the flying, but you don't get the, increased air mobility, which is, you know, kind of sad. I would definitely appreciate with these janky controls something to help that out a little bit. But I guess we'll do what we can. And is this still going to be a bonus game? And I was trying to press down, but instead Mario just kind of I was trying to get centered in the pipe, but as I mentioned in the previous part, you press the direction and Mario just kind of launches. There is not much precision in these controls, although I think I've been doing somewhat well, all things considered. But yes, if I get that dragon coin, I'll have a 1-up. So these are the kinds of things we need to consider here to, you know, get away from the potential of a game over. I guess I probably could have come back out of that if that bonus game did exist at all, which there was no guarantee that it did. And this should be the final stretch to the end. I always try to get the tape out of habit from playing the Super Nintendo version, although it doesn't appear that there is really any benefit to doing that. So where am I even going? I like how it looks like it loaded a different map there. That's all sorts of weird. I also like that the pipes are actually kind of in the position they would normally be in donut planes of the original Super Mario World, except I guess they're probably not used, which is too bad. Some pipe action would be cool. But yeah, we're now on a completely different map, I guess, with a ghost house and then a castle. I was going to say that we're probably not going to be doing one world per video, but I don't know if worlds ever get any longer, or if they're all like 4 levels long. So we'll probably end up finishing World 2 in this video then. But yeah, what's a ghost house like in this game? We still get the ghost house intro. And it's looking like Donut Plains Ghost House. I wonder if you can fly up and get to the top secret area. Sometime I will have to come back and try that if I ever have a cape. But so far, yeah, pretty faithful recreation of Donut Plains Ghost House. I'm really kind of scared of touching those guys. Don't know what the rules are with them. And I was trying to center myself with the door and press up, but those guys actually came down and hit me. Huh. Interesting. Let's try that again. But yeah, I don't think we've actually tried re-entering levels yet, so that's something we're going to need to do at some point. Try re-entering a level, can you re-enter castles, and can you press start and select to enter a level early? Those are all things we'll need to test. And I know I mentioned earlier that I want to get as many coins as possible because lives are a nice thing to have, but I just kind of want to get out of this room. Now, how faithful is this to the original? There's usually there's kind of a puzzle that goes on here, so we're going to go through this. And that brings us here, and then this is the P-switch. And does this actually make a door appear? It does! There are P-switch doors in this game. Now, normally this isn't what you're supposed to do. Is this going to be a coin train? No, it's just a 1-up, so I mean, I can't complain too much about have a free 1-up. But normally what you do is you're in this room. That's actually the first P-switch that we've hit too, is that other one totally trolled us and went into the hole. So can you pick this up? Yeah, you can pick up P-switches. Ah, there is the trick. The door is there even if you don't press the P-switch. I was wondering if that was the case. It did seem a little too technical for these guys to program that in. And this is hopefully the vine. Yes, it is. Is the P-switch door there? Oh, that platform's not there at all. And if we climb up this, it should take us to the proper exit. Although, is that a platform over there? No, it's just graphical glitching. Classic NES graphical glitching. And there you go. So, assuming that there's no kind of secret exits, I guess that's all we really have to do here. But they might still have put a secret up there with some 1-ups or something like that to recreate, you know, the cape secret in the Donut Ghost House. How many people did not realize that the Donut Ghost House had a secret exit that led to the top secret area as a kid? It was something that took me quite a while to find, as, you know, I played this game in my younger years, but when I did find it, it completely blew my mind. With that said though, castle number 2. This is going to be rather interesting. I believe this is normally Mortons Castle, if I'm not mistaken. Although, I would not be surprised if at the end we are once again met with a Reznor battle. And rather than Thwimps here, we actually get Ninjas, who I don't think appear in the main game, or the original Super Nintendo Mario World, until the very last room of Bowser's Castle. I think that's the only place they're ever used. And this is not great, because I cannot see what's above me. Also, at the beginning, there is normally a secret bonus game that you can get to by flying, but once again, we unfortunately do not have the cape to try that out. Otherwise, though, this is looking like a pretty... And again, yeah, can't see what's above me is always very nice. It's a pretty accurate representation of castle number 2, though. And yeah, I didn't mean to actually go that far at all. That's just kind of an effect of that floaty jump that we were talking about. Now, I want to know, can we go and get a cape and try doing the secret at the beginning of the castle? Let's find that out. And then this will also allow us to see if I can start select out of a level, or if I'm going to be forced to beat the whole level. Which, I mean, if I get a cape, I can just fly through the whole thing, so not even that much of an issue. But we're going to slowly approach this guy, carefully jump on him, get the cape, and can I press start? And then select? It actually works! They actually programmed in start selecting out of a level. I mean, I have to admit that so far there's probably more things I'm impressed about than unimpressed about. And I'm rather impressed by that. If I'm not lying. What are your impressions of this game so far? I would love to hear them down in the comments below. Can we skip the intro sequence? Yes, we can. Let's just carefully defeat the ninja here. And defeat you too. And now I'm going to fly up here. Let's see. Man, flying is so awkward in this hack. Oh, that's so strange. Let me see here. Oh, almost got it. I'm gonna run out of time just trying to do this. Maybe if I do it up here? Ah, okay, well, no, that's a dead end. Although I really want to find out if there's something up this one. Oh. Normally in Super Mario World, you can do the spin jump flying to do like a more vertical type of flying, and it makes it much easier to get into tighter spaces like that. But here we go. There is actually a spot for a secret up here, and yet the secret was not placed. Fascinating. Very, very fascinating. Well, I'm happy we checked it out anyway. And hopefully everyone thought that was interesting, and now we can get another item out of here. And hopefully we're well prepared for this extremely cheap room where thwomps are going to come from off screen and try to destroy me. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, so those, finicky controls, we gotta be careful with them. Don't go too far by accident, and I'm going to want to sneak under here. And I think we are good. Can I defeat you with the cape? Yes! Accurate to the thing. Now, this is usually a layer 2 room, I believe, where the blocks move back and forth, but of course, you're not going to be able to have that on the NES, I suppose. But this looks a little bit more like the layer 2 room from Castle number 3, which it's actually, from what I can tell, a completely original room, which is pretty cool. Wait, what do they do when there's a room that you can't recreate on the NES? They just make up their own room, and honestly, not even going to complain. I am excited to see more original content in this game, to be completely honest, and not just stuff that copies the original. There is a mushroom up there, but is that a 1-up? I guess so. That's probably a real mushroom. I mean, I didn't need it, so I didn't get it. I guess maybe it would have been worth 1,000 points or something like that, but I figured, why risk it? And let's proceed on. And hey, we actually get Morton! I don't know if the fireballs actually do anything to him. Fine, let's see. How accurate do you work? You climb on the ceiling, you fall, and wow, you actually work fairly, correctly, except that fireballs don't seem to have the effect on you that they would in the original game. Ugh. And 3 hits, you're out of there. And that is Castle number 2, 2 worlds down. That was a lot of fun. I'm actually really impressed by this game. It's blowing my mind how impressed I am. And it looks like with, there's no vanilla dome, so we're just scaling the mountain from the outside. We even have maybe a water level up there. This is going to be cool. I am having so much fun. I hope you're enjoying this. Oh, my mind is just blown. I think I was not expecting to have this much fun with it. I really hope that you're all having a great time. I hope you'll join me next time when we take on World 3, the outside of Vanilla Dome. So thanks again for watching, and hope to see you then. Thank you so much once again for checking out my videos. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as it really helps my channel out. With that said, hope to see you next time.